Hello guys, you are welcome to the JAMB 41's channel. So today I want to update you on our 2025-2026 lessons for WAEC and JAMB. Today we treated physics and mathematics, of course being our first class. And in physics, the students learned about quantities and their units. It was an interesting class as usual, I could tell you that. And of course, it was explained clearly that our quantities are divided into two. We have fundamental quantities and derived quantities. Guess what? The students were taught very well on the importance of learning the 7 fundamental quantities, the 7 base quantities as established by the International System of Quantities. Because these 7 quantities are the foundations upon which derived quantities are based. Now, the students were evaluated with classwork, of course, to obtain the unit of momentum, the unit of impulse, the unit of universal gravitational constant, from Newton's law of universal gravitation, where of course we have that F is equal to gm1 m2 divided by square root of r, the distance. Of course, when G was made subject of the formula, I could tell you that they got the correct unit of universal gravitational constant. This is a time for proper learning. So the step-by-step approach to explaining this concept of fundamental quantities and derived quantities and their units gave these students the fortress, the confidence to deal with obtaining the unit of universal gravitational constant as Newton's square meter per square kilogram. It was an interesting class to know. When we're done with physics, we moved to mathematics, just like you can see on the board, alright? And as our startup class from the JAMB 41, the students were introduced to the principles of simple equations. As a student preparing for any calculation exam, you should know when to collect like terms. You should know when to cross multiply. You should know when to divide both sides by the coefficient of the unknown. And in our class today, it was wonderful because step by step, these principles were explained. When to collect like terms, for example, in a situation where you see plus or minus between the unknown, what you are looking for, and any other term. When to cross multiply, for example, when the unknown is in fraction form. And it happens that the unknown is the only fraction that you have on that side of the equation. Again, that the unknown will exist in single fraction. Once these 3 conditions are satisfied, you are expected to cross multiply for an equation problem. But specifically, the unknown must be in fraction form to do this. And then finally, when do you divide both sides by the coefficient of the unknown? It was explained that this is done when the unknown, what we are looking for, has a coefficient. When it is multiplied by something. Interestingly, the principle of cross multiplication and dividing both sides by the coefficient of the unknown was applied to make G, the universal gravitational constant, subject of the formula when we treated it in physics, under quantities and their unit. To obtain that G is equal to F arrow squared all over M1, M2, so that the unit of universal gravitational constant, Newton's square meter per square kilogram, can be obtained. So today's class, as usual, was an interesting one. I can tell you that the students were very happy. Are you getting me right? Learning these principles. They may seem to be basic, but there is no building that stands without foundation. And now the JAMB 41 is building the foundation. This is the update from our class today, the 10th of June 2024. So I am using this opportunity to invite your friends. If you know you are sitting for the 2025-2026 JAMB and WAEC examination, now is the time to start. Now is the time to start, where you will learn under a calm situation, step by step, principles, basic ones, would have been made clear to you, so that by the time the pressure builds up, the heat is being generated. You know what I mean? No, it's going to be a time of revision instead. Alright, take care of yourself, and once again, I am looking forward to have your friend come to register with us. If you are in Oka, Anambra State, you join our tutorials at IDK Integral Development Consult, just between Aroma and Government House. If you are in an environment or in a place far from where the physical lesson venue is, you can join our online tutorials on YouTube. Are you following right? Simply join our learning community and you can learn from our online platform. I'll keep you updated as we move further in our lesson. Tomorrow we are going to be dealing with chemistry.